Hello there, and welcome to Fans Discussing Fandoms. My name is Patrick.
My name is Tim.
What are we doing today, Tim?
Today we are going to be giving a review for Dragon Age the Veilguard. So, like previous reviews, we're going to give some pros, some cons, talk about the game with minor spoilers, and then give a rating at the very end. So, pros. Let's start with pros. First pro, the game's hair physics look ridiculously good.
Yeah.
It moves and it's beautiful. The hair physics for this game.
Plus, like the detail in the hair, it looks really good, even with like the art style and consideration.
Yeah. What other pros out there?
Tim, I'm not getting a very positive vibe from you for this game.
Second pro, the combat is fun. You basically have 3 different classes, and within those classes you have Knight, Mage, and Rogue. With those classes you have ranged attacks, melee attacks, you have abilities, your companions have abilities that you can trigger on top of your abilities. And there's a bunch of different abilities you can choose from and equip yourself with. And then you have a big skill tree so you can upgrade yourself, your abilities, things like that. And it's fun. And now if we move on to the cons.
Oh gosh, that's not a lot of pros.
One con for the game is it's meant to be a role-playing game. And it's meant to have choices that affect you, your companions, and the world overall. The problem is there's no roles for you to play within the game. You kind of are that supportive friend who will support you until the very end and who loves you and cares about you and will do anything for you. And you're that for the entire game. So there's not really any roles to explore or roles to play within the game. And then on top of that, in that same vein, you can't get mad at any of your companions. You can't make decisions that make them run off or hate you or betray you. There's nothing like that. It is purely you and your friends supporting each other and caring for each other for the entire game, and that's it. So if you're looking for something like Baldur's Gate, for example, that has deep narrative, meaningful decisions that affect you, affect your companions, decisions that could make your companions leave you or try to kill you, or decisions that could get them killed, there's none of that in this. So that's a con. And then the decisions that are there, they feel very pointless and feel very mundane within the game. So that's one of the cons, with it being a role-playing game, and it's not a role-playing game. It's one role that you play through. And then other than that, everything else, so you have semi-open worlds you can explore. You have very simple puzzles to do, because the puzzles will basically be, I need to find the thing to activate this bridge, and then you look to your right, and oh look, there's the thing. And that's kind of 90% of the puzzles throughout the game. So that's not great. And then also your companions are very annoyingly talkative in the way that you'll be going down a path, because it's the only path to go forward in the level, and your companion will say, oh, I think this is the right way. Oh, hey, I think we have to go this way. Oh, you'll run into a puzzle that you have to select 3 different things, and it's basically you have to find the symbols in the room and you have to click them in the order that you see above the door. And you'll click the one symbol and your companion will be, good job, Rook. And then you'll do the second symbol and your companion will be like, I think this is the way we have to do it. And then you'll do the third one, and your companion will be like, good job, look, I knew we could do it. And it's like, be quiet for 5 seconds. You don't have to narrate and guide me through every single little thing. That's another thing that happens throughout the game. But besides that, like, you have semi-open world areas, side quests that feel very mundane and very simple and not very exciting. And then you have a bunch of loot you can collect in chests, and they have a transmog system, so you can make your character and weapon look however you want. And they have a lot of different appearance options, which is actually kind of cool. And then the game looks good graphically. But all of that, like the exploration, the loot, the enemies, the puzzles, it's not bad, but it's very meh. It's there and it's fine to play through, and there's nothing bad about it playing through it, but there's nothing exciting or thrilling or any kind of surprises there. It's all just very fine, which I feel like is the biggest problem with this game, is that it's not bad, but there's nothing stellar or phenomenal about any of it either.
Yeah. You know, I want to say that, did you see what the game developers for Dragon Age released leading up to the release of their game after Baldur's Gate was released?
For this new one?
Yep.
No.
They were one of the dissenters for Baldur's Gate because they're like, you're putting too high of an expectation on other games.
That makes sense. That makes so much sense. Wow.
Yeah. And from everything you've said, I'm just like, wow. See, I thought I remembered, what is it? At least enjoying, I'm not sure if it was me who played it or if it was my brother, but at least enjoying going through the Dragon Age Inquisition game. But everything you said does not give me good, like, it does not bode well for the game. Maybe I'm like remembering things wrong. Maybe it was kind of like how you described it. But compared to Baldur's Gate, it is obviously not as great, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's the most fair to compare it to Baldur's Gate, but I also wouldn't say it's not, that it's unfair to...
No, it's fair to compare this to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I think it's, I think
they're
like
both big budget games that should be, not should be, that should have big budget quality. Especially this one, because Larian Studios, for example, if that game was mediocre, it would be fine because Larian is a new studio. Actually, they're not a new studio, but they're not like a legendary studio.
Yeah.
Like Rocksteady, CD Projekt Red. So if they put out something mediocre, you know, it would be fine because it's like, okay, well, it's a small studio, so it's fine. But Dragon Age the Veilguard, the fact that it's so mediocre is worse because it's from BioWare, a legendary studio who, you know, made the Mass Effect games, which are regarded as exceptional, amazing games. And then, you know, so you know that they're capable of high quality storytelling, high quality gameplay, high quality companions. And you know they're capable of all that because, again, we've seen them do it with the Mass Effect series. And then to have them release this and have it be so much lower quality-wise to the Mass Effect series, it's worse because, again, you know they can do so much better.
Yeah. And like BioWare is the developer for the game, right? So
yeah,
they're not exactly a small company either, unless I'm mistaken.
Nope. No, they're big.
Yeah, like they've released games like Mass Effect, which has had great world building for it. Actually,
plus the other Dragon Age games.
Yeah, like even Dragon Age Inquisition, for example, and just other Dragon Age games in general. I haven't played a bunch of the other ones. I've only played Dragon Age Inquisition, but I enjoyed the game. It has been a while, so again, maybe I'm misremembering some things, and playing it now might not hit as well, but I'd say it was a pretty solid game.
Regarding the companions, none of them are interesting. I don't want to remember any of these characters because none of them are interesting
Yeah.
in any way.
Which I cannot say that I had that feeling with Dragon Age Inquisition. Like, the companions were interesting, and it made you want to kind of build your relationship with them. So, based on that, what do you think you might be rating the game, Tim?
I want to say a 6 and intentionally give it a kind of lower score because I don't want this game to be the bedrock for the next Mass Effect.
Yeah.
We know we are getting another Mass Effect. I don't know when because they teased it like 2-3 years ago, but we know it's coming. And I don't want anything in this game, the combat, the exploration, the story, the mechanics, the RPG, branching paths, options. I don't want any of that that's in this game to be in the next Mass Effect. Because the next Mass Effect needs to be amazing. And it should be amazing. And like, this isn't. So I don't want to give it a higher score and to them be like, oh, okay, so this game was good, therefore let's continue what we did in this game for the next Mass Effect. And it's like, no. You need to cut everything in this game and go back to your roots for the next Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I would give it a 6. But if you're interested, I get it on sale. Don't pay full price for this. Wait till it's on sale.
I think that's a fair way to put it. It's not like a bad game, but like it's probably not a game that you'd want to pay full price for.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a quick just review for Dragon Age the Veilguard. Not horrible, not great, just in the middle. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, and Threads. And we will see you all in the next one.
Goodbye.